Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I assume by now that most people have watched the season or the mid-season finales of Arrow and The Flash. If you haven't, watch them. Come back because we're gonna be talking about that shit. and there are spoilers ahead, spoilers from everything up to this point. So, I just kind of wanted to warn everybody, and we're gonna be talking about it. Also, if you're commenting on this video, please do not comment comic book spoilers, like just cause. Be respectful to your fellow fans. Some people haven't read the comic books, me included. I know things about like the characters and stuff, but I never was in the comic book era, I guess. I don't know. I just never got into comic books, and it's because I was never really introduced to them or anything. And when I grew up, it was more about like I watched Batman, like the animated series, and I watched like Spider-Man, like the TV shows that were big at the time, and X-Men. Like I was into comic book stuff, but I wasn't into comic books, which is it's a weird thing, but it's like it's happened to people. I don't know. I just never read the comics, so no comic book spoilers, please. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this. So I was really super stoked this season when they introduced Ra's al Ghul, like because they talked about the League of Assassins for a while, and I'm like, League of Assassins, that means Ra's al Ghul, and then they had his daughter, and I'm like, he exists. Like we've established that he exists, but it's like it's one of those things. Like yeah, we've established him, but like I don't think they're actually going to show him or anything. And then they show him, and I'm like, oh shit, that's awesome. But he's only been in like I think maybe 2 or 3 episodes in very little snippets. And I wasn't really sure how I was gonna feel about the guy that was playing him. I'm like, he just kind of looks like an average dude, and I'm like. But after the fucking finale, he's pretty fucking badass, awesome, good. I approve this shit actor. I don't. Let's just fucking. I don't know. I keep thinking about shit I want to talk about before I get into like the nitty gritty. But fuck it. Let's just get into it. Ollie's fucking dead. Like, it's like I know he's not dead because I don't know. Is he dead? But it's seriously one of those like, is he dead? Like moments, like in TV shows are rarely able to like, you know, make me question that much and then catch me off guard so easily. Like it's so weird. That fight didn't go at all like I was expecting it to go. I did think it was weird. Like, hey, they just introduced Ra's al Ghul and now like Ollie's gonna kill him. That kind of sucks because it's like we haven't really get to know Ra's al Ghul, and then like before he fights him, like they keep showing that Asian dude that he worked with, and whose name I can't remember. I think it means like Phantom or something. But yeah, they kept showing that guy. I'm like, maybe he kills Ra's al Ghul, and then that guy becomes the new Ra's al Ghul. Because I don't really know. All I know is like what the Dark Knight and Batman Begins and shit taught me about Ra's al Ghul. So I don't know how accurate that is, but I mean. Pretty much it's free to, like, as far as this show goes, I mean, they can do pretty much whatever they want. But I do respect how, like, they seem to be very respectful to the source material. Like, they're pulling from a lot of, like, weird places. They're pulling a lot of, like, villains and shit, and, like, things you've never seen before, like in TV or anything like that. And, I don't know, I just think it's really cool. Because, like, pretty much every like villain and shit they introduce is actually in the comic books. Because when I first started watching Arrow in season 1, I started looking up people's names, which is a bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll ruin it for yourself. Luckily, I didn't look up Slade, so when he was revealed as Deathstroke, caught me completely off guard. And like, because I thought Deathstroke was an awesome character, but I didn't really know anything about him, and like. Looking back on it, I should have made the connection like Slade from Teen Titans kind of looks like Deathstroke. I don't know if he's supposed to be Deathstroke, but I don't know. But they really are respectful of the source material, and like there are things that I know from the comic books that they do like play on, and I will be talking about like things that I know that aren't really spoilers, I guess. Like at this point, they're not really spoilers. I'm holding back anything that like I know from a comic book or like a movie I saw or anything like that may be spoilers, but like I do know that they add little snippets for like people that are fans of the comic books. Like there are some things that like particularly with like Roy Harper, like I knew who he was because I watched Young Justice. So it's like I knew he was like he's the Green Arrow sidekick. He's Red Arrow, or he becomes Red Arrow. He's originally Speedy, but I think it's funny because they called Thea Speedy, and then you hear twice Ollie has referred to Roy as Speedy. He called him Speedy, and then to like get his attention when he's under the Mirakuru shit, and then he pulls him out. And he's like, "Don't ever call me Speedy again." And then there was the crossover episode with the Flash and the Arrow, which is awesome, by the way. I love that. I love that these shows exist in the same universe and we can have crossovers because it's so awesome to see that happen. Because you're like, they exist in the same world, and then to actually see that happen is awesome. But yeah, he calls him that in the crossover episode because somebody says like who's Speedy, and then he's like, "You mean Roy or yeah, who's Speedy?" She was talking about the Flash, and then he's like, "You mean Roy?" And then I started laughing. But yeah, like they're very respectful to the comic books. I feel like I like they're showing these characters and like they're making these characters really cool. Like I like the way they're presenting them and everything. Like I love that they introduced me to the Suicide Squad because I didn't know shit about that. I knew nothing about that, and I'm like, is this a real thing? And then I look it up, and it's a real thing. It's cool because, like I said, I didn't experience like the whole comic book thing, so to actually like them pulling so heavily from the source material, at least as far as characters, I'm sure the story is like a lot different, but yeah. Anyway, Ollie's dead. He's fucking dead. He's like, honestly, I don't see how he survived that. Like, Ollie's been through a lot of shit. He's been through a lot of torture, but he's never been like killed before. He got stabbed through the chest and kicked off a goddamn mountain. Like I just don't. Like, in that fight, like I said, it didn't go any way that I was thinking it would go. He talks to Felicity before the fight, and she's like, "You gotta kill him. You gotta kill Roz." Like, because I know that you've taken this oath not to kill, and at the last moment you're gonna, like, she feels like he's gonna hold back, and that's gonna be used against him. And it's like, I could totally see that happening. That is true. Nice call, Felicity. But then the fight doesn't go any... like at all that way. Ollie never had the advantage. like there was never that moment where he's like he had the knife to Roz or something and he's like or the sword and he's like I can't kill you, and then he gets stabbed. No, they said fuck that. I love that they said fuck that and they're like, no, he's Ra's al fucking Ghul. He's this ain't how it's gonna go. And plus I love the way that his character is. I love like the whole League of Assassins. I love like ancient type of like orders and that honor shit, and it's just like he's that type of character that it's like he's a bad guy, but I respect him. Like I respect what he does, like because I don't know, it's the League of Assassins. The way he explains it, they're not really the bad guys. It's like we are destroying evil. Like we're killing. I replace evil with death, and that's what the League does. And I'm like, I can respect that. Like, I may not agree with what you say, sir, but I respect what you say. Because it's more in depth than we just kill people. That's what we do. We're the League of Assassins. We assassinate people. No, I like that they have their honor codes and they believe that what they're doing is right and, you know, all that shit. And it's just awesome. And then when he fights Ollie... you gotta give this guy mad props. Like, you gotta have respect for him. Ollie starts off with 2 swords, and he's like, "You're unarmed." And he's like, "I'll take your sword from you when you're done with it." And I'm like, oh shit. He's confident, but he's not, like, cocky. He's not a dick about it. He's not like, "Oh yeah, bitch, I'm gonna take your shit from you." He's confident in like a very strategic way. Like, he's like, because you gotta think when you're fighting somebody like that, when they don't take a weapon at all, like that shows a level of confidence beyond what you would normally like consider being cocky. Like it's not just him like being cocky, it's like he knows I'm gonna take your sword. I'm gonna take both your swords. I'm probably gonna kill you. I like that they gave Roz time to like kind of monologue and kind of explain who he is and like a little bit of character development in there. And I think the thing I like the most, besides the fact that like he just kicking Ollie's ass in that fight, He really did. I like Oliver's badass, and I like him, and he's a really cool character. But he got his ass kicked. Hey, it happens. People get their ass kicked. It like, what would heroes be had not we villains to kick their ass? But oh, that shit was just crazy. Because I love it when just the last parts of that fight are just so awesome. I went back and rewatched it right before I did this to make sure that I like talked about the things I really love. I love the part when like Ollie swings the sword and Roz grabs it with his hand. Like, a lot of people would think that's like a stupid technique, but it's like it's actually really smart, and I don't know. I'm not going to say that grabbing a sword with your bare hands is really smart, but think about it like this. You're going to, like, a sword is coming toward you. You don't have time to dodge. You could attempt to dodge, and you'd probably get cut. And it might not be in a fatal place, but it will most likely be. Or you could take control of a situation where, like, the outcome isn't definite. Like, you could throw your hand in the way. That way, like, I know my hand's going to get cut, but it's keeping anything else from getting cut. And then Ollie's just like, what the fuck? And then he hits him in the throat, and he's just like, oh, and then he stabs him in the kidney. It's just like, that was awesome. Like, I love Roz's character, the way that they did it, because there Ollie is, like, on his knees, and he's about to beat him, and it's not, and he, like, it just shows who Roz is, because he doesn't say anything disrespectful. Like, he's very respectful during the fight. Like, even though he knows he's on a level beyond Ollie, like, he's not being disrespectful to him. And I like that he does that whole, like, foreign language. I don't know what language he's speaking. I really don't. And he's just like, respect this man, or give him peace, and, like, all this shit. And it's just really cool that he does that, like, to basically, to kind of, like, squash the beef at the time. And, like, just basically kind of saying, I respect you, and may you pass into the afterlife gracefully, and, like, save him from his punishments and all that. I can't remember exactly what he said, but just, like, I don't know, that's fucking cool. Like, I love that when you have enemies that can respect each other. Like, I don't know, or like, when you have a bad guy like that, like, he's won, he's clearly won, but instead of, like, gloating or anything, he's just like, it's like, respect this one, and send him to the grave, peacefully. And it's like, he's like, basically not like, may your soul rot forever in hell, and then kick him off the mountain. No, he's just like, I respect you, warrior. Like, I respect you as a warrior, and may you die gracefully, and I'll give you an honorable death. I love that whole thing. And then he just stabs him in the chest. I'm pretty sure he stabbed him right through where the heart's supposed to be. At least very close to where the heart's supposed to be. And, you know, definitely went through his lung. And then kicked him off a mountain. He's dead. But then I was like, there's no way he can be dead. Like, the whole show revolves around this character. He can't be dead. And then I kept thinking things were going to change. Like, I was expecting that, like, he stabs him, then he, like, throws the sword in the ground, and it sticks in the ground, and he's, like, walking away. And I'm like, is the camera going to pan down? And then Ollie's, like, hanging on to the side of the cliff or something. But then it didn't happen. They just said, Ollie dead. He has his little, like, last moments where his life flashes before his eyes, and he sees everybody that he's loved and his family, and then he falls off the mountain, and then he kicks him off the mountain. It's so good because it's one of those things, like I said, I didn't see that coming. Like, usually, you can tell the way things are going to play out. Like, you can kind of, or you can have, like, an idea of what's going to happen. And like I said, there was never that turning point in the fight where Ollie had the choice. He had the ability to kill him, but he chose not to, and then that ended up killing him. And no, and that, like I said, that feeds more into Roz's character because, like, of how badass he really is. Because Ollie never had that advantage during the fight. Yeah, there was that part where he kind of had him down, and then he, like, swung the sword down, but it's not like he missed intentionally, or at least we don't think he did or whatever. But, like, just to see that happen, it puts the character on a wholly different perspective. And I love that I didn't see any of that coming. I love how it just slack-jawed I was when it happened. I'm just like... Also, the whole Malcolm Merlyn thing since the beginning of the season, when like Sarah gets killed, like since the pretty much the season began, my running theory was like, yeah, I bet Thea did it, but I didn't know exactly why Thea would have done it. But I just had a feeling that she did it because I'm like, that would be the perfect like story element, because now Ollie's torn between like, oh, I gotta avenge Sarah, but Thea did it. How am I supposed to do with this? And then you find out that it was because Malcolm Merlyn like drugged her, and she was under like a hypnotic, suggestive state, and killed Sarah. And it's just like, I really didn't understand Malcolm Merlyn's intention. I still don't really like. Because at first it seemed like he really wanted to connect with his daughter, and he really wanted to teach her, and he wanted that bond of father-daughter, but then now it's like he's just using her, and it really, like, it just really feels like he's just using her. It's like he's created his own little, like, assassin that he can use at his will and stuff, and she's like his way of manipulating Ollie, because he gets Ollie to fight Ra's. He doesn't go fight Ra's al Ghul. He's like, you need to go kill Ra's for me. And then once you erase the blood debt, then I'm free, and Thea won't get killed. It's like, you know Ra's will kill Thea if I show this video. This asshole sitting here with a cell phone recording this shit while they kill somebody. Wouldn't that be... I just imagine what Sarah was looking at when that happened, though. Like, she turned around to see Thea with a bow and arrow aimed at her. Like, what are you doing here? And then, like, Malcolm Merlyn's just standing in the back with his phone, like, recording this shit. It's like... No wonder she was so fucking slack-jawed. Like, she didn't know what the fuck was going on. What's happening here? Yeah, Malcolm Merlyn's a dick. I like how dickish he is. Like, he's evil, but he's very smart, and I always like characters like that. But he's, like, the more extreme evil. He's not like Rod. There's no honor here. Like, I do this for myself. Like, I'm going to win. I'm going to cheat, lie, steal, do anything I can to win. And I like characters like that. I like them. They have their place. I like characters like Ra's more. Like I said, just the massive range of characters there are and the way that they present everybody. It's just really awesome, and I really enjoy the show. I really love it, and I've never really done a video about it before, but I was like, I need to do a video about this. I was like, because it's one of the best shows on TV, I think. Like, definitely. It's definitely one of the best comic book shows on TV. I love what the CW has done for, like, the Arrow and then the Flash. Like, those two shows have just, like, blown out my expectations, like, far greater than I ever expected. A lot. And I love the, like, modern reboots that we're getting. Like, I like the modern dark and gritty reboots. I love it. I like when Batman did it, and I like it when they're doing it, and to have a TV show of it is so much cooler because you get so much more content. Like, there's so many more things that can happen, so many characters that they can introduce, and you just learn about so much more shit than you would learn about otherwise. As far as Marvel and DC go, I've always been kind of more Marvel, but it's like, honestly, it's, what the fuck, who cares? It's like, you can have this great thing, or you can have this great thing, and then I'm like, why not both? It's like, you can have both. It's like, I can enjoy both. I can be fans of both. Like, there are characters I like on both sides. There are characters I don't like on both sides. And I can pick and choose, and I can have whatever I want, and it's great. So, but yeah, like, I think as far as, like, TV shows go, I think DC's kind of owning it. Like, Marvel's got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I think it's a good show, but the fact that the DC shows revolve around, like, main characters as opposed to, like, just the S.H.I.E.L.D. people who are kind of like background characters in the Marvel society. Like, I like, except for Gotham. Gotham's kind of fucked up. Like, I don't know. Gotham's just kind of shitty. It's a Fox show. It'll be canceled soon. But, like, I don't know. It's not what I would... It's definitely not on the same level as Arrow and Flash. So, moving along, now we're going to talk about the Flash season finale. First off, mad respect for this whole season and everything. I really like the show as it's developing. I like the characters. I like that there's a different tone to the show than the Arrow. Like, they're both kind of based in real world and kind of have this dark and gritty thing going on. But you really see it in the crossover episodes that, like, the tones of the shows are really different. Like, Barry's a lot more lighthearted than Ollie is. And Barry started out like the whole non-violent thing. And Ollie kind of had to learn it. Like, he had to learn, like, I don't need to kill to be a hero. Because I'd never really, like, noticed before how different they were until they, like, brought them together. And then they kind of even, they really kind of explain it out, like, we're different than them. Like, there's a lot of differences between, like, it's just cool shit. But first off, I will say that since the first episode of The Flash, I knew who the bad guy was. Now, granted, I don't know who the bad guy is. I don't know shit about him. I just know his name. I knew that it was Reverse Flash, which is not really a spoiler because they hint at it when he's in the little, like, cage or whatever, and he's like, "You have the same powers as the Flash," which was the only awkward line. Like, that was a weird delivered line. Like, I like that actor, and I like his character in the show, but that was a weirdly delivered line. But then he's like, "Some would say I'm the Reverse," and I'm like, Reverse Flash, and I was like, I knew that was who it was. There's so much shit going on in that show, though, that I literally, like, I just blew my mind out theorizing about shit. And I love it when shows can make me do that. I love it when anything makes me, like, really stimulates that thought process where I'm just, like, connecting things together and having, like, real, like, crazy Sherlock moments where I'm like, this part, and then this, and then if these things connect together, then what's happening? So I basically kind of knew that it was Reverse Flash, but I don't know anything beyond that. I just knew Reverse Flash was a guy that had, like, the opposite colors of the Flash. That's all I know. Another thing I knew, I knew that the one sign, Danielle Panabaker's character, whose name I can't remember, I knew her boyfriend was still alive because when they showed him, like, he's like an actor I've seen before, and when you watch as much, like, TV and shit as I have, you start to learn things. Like, when you see an actor that you've seen in other stuff, or, you know, it's kind of like a higher quality actor, like I said, like, if you've seen him in other shit, or you've seen her in other shit, it's like they're going to be more important than, like, just any other character. And it's like, I've seen him in other stuff. It seems highly unlikely that he's just dead. And he's apparently the fire dude that they've been talking about. And I think he called himself Firestorm. I think that's what he said his name was. Or it's like, because she leans in, she's like, or he whispers it to her before he does the whole, like, flame on shit. First of all, I do like that he showed up at the end and, like, helped Barry out of that situation. And then he's just like, like, this whole thing is blowing my mind because I'm trying to wrap my head around shit, and it's just, I keep ending up in these weird fucking places. I feel like that based on what I've seen so far, that all the shit happening, all of this, like, has to be related. Like, there has to be some sort of a time travel thing that happened. Like, I feel like that's somehow there was time travel involved, because there's too much shit that doesn't make sense otherwise. Like, the scientist dude, whose name I can't remember, the guy that's paralyzed but not really paralyzed, he's got that room, and since, like, the first episode, he'll like talk to his Siri or whatever computer system, and then it shows him this newspaper article from, like, years in the future, and it's like the Flash disappears. Like, what happened? So, like, and plus I can't devise things about his character, like, because it's like he does shit that's like bad guy shit, like sneaky bad, like he stabbed that one dude and stuff, and he does, like, sneaky bad guy shit, but then he's like, it's so I can protect the Flash. And then I'm like, why is he is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? Like, that's unclear. And I love that I can't really tell. And even after this episode, I'm still not 100% sure. Like, I'm really not. Because there's a lot of fucking shit that happened. Like, I love that, like, I didn't see this coming at all. Like, I didn't really see them, like, giving me what I wanted for Christmas. like them actually delving deeper into this Reverse Flash guy, and actually having him confront Barry and, like, shit actually happening. And I'm like, oh fuck, this is awesome. And it's like we're starting to learn shit, and it's like we get to see Barry kind of go against him, and he can't fight him. And it's like he's stronger than you. Like actually getting to see them fight was really cool. Like the fact that he even showed up at all. He's kind of toying with Barry, but they give you enough to like incentivize you to want to watch more, to like think about shit. Like he's like the time travel shit that really kind of cemented for me when like Reverse Flash was saying like we've done this before. Like you know who I am. Like he keeps saying this shit that's like he keeps giving you little hints and stuff. It's like you know who I am. And I'm like, okay, so if Barry knows who he is, then they had to have met before. Like, this has, like, but then I'm like, but Barry clearly doesn't know who this guy is. And it's like, if we've done this before, that means we've fought before. So either I knew you in the past, or I know you in the future, and you came back to the past. But you know me. Like, that's what I keep thinking. I'm like, because at first, before, like, the end part, which I'm not going to talk about yet, before the very end of the episode, which still is kind of weird to me. Like, I thought time travel had to be involved. Like, something, like, the scientist dude would have had to come back from the future, hopefully to prevent whatever happened to the Flash. Or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. It's really blowing my mind. Because it's like, he's trying to prevent, like, you assume he's trying to prevent the Flash's disappearance. Like, that's what... And everything he's done to protect the Flash. And it's like... So now he's kind of nurturing him and, like, making sure he's safe and everything. But then you have this Reverse Flash character, which killed Barry's mom, which you assume came there to hurt Barry. I don't know. I don't know why they killed his mom. Like, that is a weird thing to happen. Here's another weird thing that's completely... out of like left field or whatever, but fucking in the 1990s there was a TV show called The Flash, and if you want to have your mind blow, this is not really a spoiler because I didn't watch the show, but this blew my mind when I realized it, when I found it out, because when I looked up The Flash on like websites and stuff, like it would show me the 1990s Flash, and you see like the guy in the Flash uniform or whatever has a very square jaw. That's how all this started. I'm like, that jawline looks familiar. I finally got to the point where I looked up who Barry's dad, like the actor was. The actor who plays Barry's dad in the show played the Flash in that TV show. Like, think about that. And that even made me like tie in this whole time travel thing. I'm like, okay, maybe that Flash and then the Reverse Flash, they were like fighting, and then they went so fast together that it caused like a rip in time, and they got thrown back. In that show, he also played Barry, so that would be weird, because I'm like, is he his own father? Is this like some Back to the Future shit? But I don't know. But then Reverse Flash shows up and kills his mom. But then when at the very end of the episode, the cop guy talking to Cisco, and like Cisco's like, yeah, I was watching the fight, and then the bad dude had red lighting, but then Barry had yellow lightning, and the two of them mixed together made what Barry was talking about. So I'm like, because I didn't see that coming. Like there were two speedsters in the room when that happened. So then I was like, oh, then that makes fucking sense, because like Barry like got flashed down to the end of the street, and then before his mom got killed. And then I'm like, that makes sense, because I'm like, why would Reverse Flash kill his mom but then not try to kill him or something? And then I'm like, if Reverse Flash came back with like if his dad was regular Flash, and then the other guy was Reverse Flash, and they came back together, and then like Reverse Flash found him, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and then I don't know. Like I said, there's so much shit that's just blowing my mind. And then the coup de grace, the very end of the episode, it's revealed that the scientist dude has a Reverse Flash costume. And he's the one, he stole the fucking thing that I don't know what it does. The tectonic elements or some shit. But then that whole part doesn't make any sense either. Because, like, it's one of those things like, is he so fast he's in two places at once. And I'm like, there's fucking no way. And then he kicks his own ass. Like, of course that's gonna make it like seem like he's more legit. Because it's like, oh, he kicked my ass. But it's like, there's no way he could be in two places at once. Like, he's not that fast. No. Unless he's the guy from the past. I don't know. Like, unless he's the Reverse Flash from the... Like, unless he wasn't from the future, but the other Reverse Flash is from the future, and it's him. But then, another thing that caught my eye is the blonde cop dude, when he shows up with his squad and shit, and the Reverse Flash kills everybody, but doesn't kill him, and then he makes point to mention it. He's like, why didn't he kill me? And then I'm like, what if that guy becomes Reverse Flash in the future? Somehow. like, because it would make sense, because, like, what if Barry snakes in and takes his girlfriend? And he's like, no. And then something happens, and then he gets the Reverse Flash powers, and he finds out that Barry's the Flash, and he's like, fuck this, I'm going to beat this motherfucker's ass. And then they start fighting. And then, like, that's the reason the guy didn't kill him? I don't know. Like, so much shit happened that I'm just like, gah. Time travel, paradoxes. I've never been this confused. Like, usually I'll have a better idea of things, but it's like when you throw in so much shit like this, so many things are happening that I'm unsure of. Because another thing, it's like one of the other things I know about the Flash from watching Young Justice, and it's not really spoilers. I know that there have been multiple incarnations of the Flash, and that's pretty much all. Like I'm gonna say about that, but like there have been different people that were the Flash, like so there have been multiple people, and I'm like that could make sense because he's thinking his dad's the Flash, the original Flash that disappeared in whatever 2025, something like that. I don't know. The guy that disappeared and then came back somehow, and then but that's weird that he would have it. Like, but he wouldn't have been Barry. He would have had. I would assume he'd be one of the other Flash, because it'd be way too fucking weird to be your own dad. like that's some Back to the Future crazy shit. But why'd they kill his mom? I don't know. It doesn't make like at the end of this episode, I'm left with more questions than answers. The scientist dude. I don't think he's the guy that Barry was. I don't think he's this Reverse Flash that we've seen, like Barry fight and everything. Because, like I said, they can't be in two places at once. And I also think he, like, because there's another thing I know, like his costume colors are similar to another person, or I think they are. I don't remember, but from Young Justice, the costume doesn't look the same. But I think the Kid Flash has the same yellow, red, like flip color thing. I'm not 100% sure. I may be totally wrong, but because of that, then I'm like, is that Kid Flash from the future, and he's come back to protect the Flash, and that's why the costumes kind of look the same as Reverse Flash, because Reverse Flash and then him have the same kind of color codes, because you don't really get a good look at Reverse Flash's costume, but it's like, it's obvious that it's the same kind of colors, but it's like, he could have easily, like, swapped out the little device for, like, a decoy, and used that as an opportunity, because he knew that Reverse Flash would steal the thing. Like, because he kind of ensured that it would happen. He gets sucked in, like, Cisco fucked up, or he supposedly fucked up because they made assumptions based on the Flash, but Reverse Flash is much faster than him, so it could be a lot of different shit. But, I don't know, but he could have, like, set that up and basically set up a decoy thing so that he could steal the real one, so that he could boost, like, because they said that the particles have something to do with speed, so maybe he's trying to make his suit fast enough that he, like, give him that, like, boost on his suit so that he can run fast enough so he can go to the future. So that he could go over 85 miles an hour in the flux capacitor, take him to the future. It's just, like, it's so fucking, I don't know, it's so fucking crazy. It's driving me nuts. Like, and I love it. I love that shows can do this. I love that. I love the Arrow. I don't know if Ollie's really dead or not. And I didn't even really talk about the Atom. The Atom's cool. It's cool. See the I feel like the Atom will come into play. Like Ollie's like half dead, and then they're like, we can't do anything for him. they're like, only if you could shrink yourself down like the magic school bus and go into his body and fix shit. Like, I feel like that's what the Atom ends up doing. Like, I got this. And then he goes in and he can, like, fix all these insides and shit. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. These shows make me fucking not know what's going on. Like, not know what's going to happen. And I love that they make me speculate and theorize. And, like, these are the things I love doing. And if you haven't noticed by my other videos, I love theorizing. And it's so much fun to me. And it's so much fun not knowing. That's why I don't look... That's why I won't spoil stuff. That's why I don't like when people spoil stuff for me. I'm very key about, like, not really, like, giving major spoilers. Like, there were a few things I said in this video that were kind of like, meh. They weren't really spoilers because they weren't, like, from the source material, like, this is going to happen. It was just kind of like, this is an interesting fact. This is an interesting fact that feeds into the conversation, but doesn't really, like, foreshadow anything, like, because the guy that played Barry's dad was the Flash in the original Flash TV show doesn't necessarily mean anything. There hasn't been any, like, established connection. Wouldn't it be weird though if that show? Now I kind of want to look up the, like, last episode of that. What if in the last episode of that Flash, the guy that played Barry's dad, the other Flash, was fighting Reverse Flash, and then they like disappeared, and then this is like kind of like a continuation of that. That would be so fucking awesome. Now I kind of want to watch it. I don't know. I gotta look that shit up. I don't know. That would be so weird though. That'd be fucking awesome. Cliffhanger. Fuck. I don't know. So much shit. But it's like I love these shows can make me do this, and they get me excited for, like. They get me excited to see what's going to happen next. It's like, kind of like Game of Thrones, how it's like, you don't know who's going to die, but you kind of, like, Game of Thrones, just like, at this point, you kind of know who's going to die. I don't know. Like, every now and then they can surprise you, but this show, like, these shows really, like, these mid-season finales are really throwing me for a loop, and, like, kind of blowing everything else out of the water at this point, because I'm like, I don't know what like, other shows, like, you kind of get, like, oh, some cool shit happened, and then, like, it leaves off, but it's like, these two, I'm like, these changed the entire game. Like, they changed the whole, like, what is gonna happen next? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Because now we got scientist dude, got the little thingy that can, apparently, I assume make him go really, really, really fast, or than he usually goes, if he is a speedster. I don't know who he is. Is he Reverse Flash? Is he really Reverse Flash? How can he be in two places at once? Did he run so fast that he went back in time and kicked his own ass? I don't know. It's just, I do feel like time has to have something to do with it. I'm like, there's time travel involved. I swear I'll be knocked to shit if it does. If there's no time travel involved. Like, I'm like, somebody had to go back in time and some shit had to happen. God, and that would also be cool if his dad was a Flash. But you figure at this point, his dad would have... I was really hoping that... like, in both episodes, like, in both things, I was like, I want Ollie to tell fucking Thea that he's the Arrow. She knows about the underworld type shit that's going on. It's like, so just tell her what's going on. Like, just tell her the entire truth. So we can be like... I wanted him so badly to just be like, I'm the Arrow. And then she's like, what? And he's like, I'm the Arrow. And Malcolm Merlin's the Black Arrow. And he's the one... Well, it's like, they already know what Malcolm Merlin did. But it's like, I wanted him to be like, you killed Sarah. He fucking drugged you to make you kill Sarah. And he showed me a video. And now he's blackmailing me. And now I have to kill the master of the League of Assassins. And I don't know if I'm going to come back. But if I don't, you really need to get away from that motherfucker. Like... like... I wanted that. I wanted that to happen. I'm still waiting for the moment that he reveals it to her, or cause he's either gonna reveal it or she's gonna find out. But I kept thinking she already knew because I'm like, I'm sure Malcolm told her that her brother's the Arrow, and then like she's just gonna be playing around because she keeps fucking lying, and it's just like the only way he's gonna get her to stop lying is if he tells her the whole fucking truth about what's going on, like so that she knows what the fuck is going on because all this shit, she doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't know, like, wait, did Slade tell her he was the Arrow? Oh. She gotta fucking know, though. Like, she doesn't know, though, because if she knew, then when he busted in her apartment, she'd been like, Ollie, what the fuck are you doing? You just broke my fucking window. But I don't know. It's like, I wish you'd just tell her. And in The Flash, like, when Barry goes to visit his dad in prison and stuff, I was like, I don't know. I really wanted him to... Because, like, all these theories are going on in my head. I'm like, I really want him to be like, I'm the Flash. Like, I want him to tell his dad that he's the Flash, and then he'll be like, no, it happened to you too. Or something like that. And then he'll be like, what? He's like, I'm also the Flash. From the future. Or, I don't know, like... Because his dad hasn't done anything that makes me think he's a speedster. But then, like, if there are two people in his house... Because, like, we only saw Barry and his mom. And his dad was apparently there. But then... Because his dad gets blamed for it, so his dad had to be there. So then, the two swirling lightnings in the living room, I would assume would have been Reverse Flash and his dad, who probably also has Flash powers. Or I'm assuming at this point does. Like, going at it. And then he saves Barry, but while he's saving Barry, Reverse Flash kills his wife, and then he gets blamed for it. And I don't... But it's like, why? Why is this happening? I don't know. I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But then, I don't know. Why, if his dad has powers, why is his dad not doing anything? But then, or his dad not told him anything? Or wouldn't he realize that by this time, like, hey, there's a guy running around that's really fast, like me, that's the Flash, but then there's another. Because, like, by now they've probably figured out that there's another dude. Or at least, like, the world has been like, oh, there's another guy, or the guy changes his outfit when he goes, like, has multiple personalities and shit. I don't know. It's, there's so much shit. And it's like, I love that they make me think about it so much. But it's like, I'll be really pissed off if everything's not clearly explained. That's all I ask, is when you create these grandiose schemes, that you explain them to me. It doesn't matter if they necessarily have to be grounded in, like, absolute truth. Like, if certainly Ollie's probably going to survive, and then I'm going to be like, yeah, like, in real life he would have died, but he'll survive, and then they'll explain it in a way, and I'll be like, okay, I can accept that. As long as they explain it, I accept it. As long as they explain, like, this is why this happened, this is why that, especially when they connect all the small details. That's a big pet peeve of mine. I hate it when stories don't, like, they just have these, like these just little things that that never connect, that are just, like, left there. Which is kind of why, I don't know, there was an anime I used to watch called Bleach, did that shit all the time. Like, it became very apparent toward the later episodes that there was shit that they just weren't going to explain. But I still have a tattoo of Squad 11 Kenpachi Zaraki because he's my favorite. And because 11 has significance to me. But I don't know. It's a great show. Man, I'd say watch it. If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you watched this video, I don't know why you watched this video because I just spoiled a lot of shit for you. But yeah, if you're a fan too, what did you guys think of the season finales? Like, tell me below. I want to hear your opinions. What do you think's going on with Reverse Flash? Are you thinking time travel? Because I'm thinking time travel. Like, do you think Ollie's dead? Do you think that they'll try to, like... I don't know how they carry the show on without him, though. It's called Arrow. I don't think Roy's ready to step up and take that role. I also love that they called him Arsenal. Because they just kind of skip past Red Arrow and they're like, his other name. I don't know. But, I don't know. It's just fucking... It's crazy. Tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you guys later.